Hi, I'm Mark from Valor XL. Thanks for joining me. Today, I'd like to talk to you about one of the most powerful tools in your small business toolbox, your website. Now, maybe you haven't dusted yours off lately. Maybe you don't even have one. But the truth is, a business website is an incredibly powerful way to reach out to prospective clients or customers. And if you leverage your business website effectively, you can really tell your unique brand story, the story of how you impact the people that you serve. So today, I'd like to share with you 10 basic concepts to keep in mind as you evaluate the effectiveness of your business website. Now, as hard as it is to believe, according to recent statistics, between 28 and 29% of small businesses don't use a website. Now, many businesses try to get by simply by having a social media presence, and it's common for someone to use a Facebook page as a de facto website. The truth is, if you rely on social media, you will only reach the people who use that social media. Everybody uses the internet, so if you want a universal presence, a website is crucial. Maybe you're inundated with all the different questions that you have to ask when you first set up a website. You might feel confused and overwhelmed and not really sure what direction to go in. So hopefully today, as I present these 10 things to think about, you'll have a crystallized perspective of the best way to structure your website to get maximum traffic and reach the people you truly want to reach. Number one, the first important aspect of having a business website is you need to understand your resources. Having a website requires maintenance. If you just put a website up and never do anything with it, it will extend beyond its shelf life in pretty short order. So whether it's you or someone else in your employee, make certain that you have someone who's capable of frequently going through and reviewing what's on the website, making updates and necessary changes. If it's not feasible for you to do the work yourself, rather than just letting things sit unattended, it's better to bring in someone from the outside who can actually assist you in ongoing web development and maintenance. Number two, develop a content strategy. Content that's consistent and fresh is king. It's up to you to be very consistent in what you project to the people that are seeking your business out. And the most important thing with any business website is to ensure that you're keeping your viewers engaged. So when people visit the website, you have a really small window of time in which to capture and maintain their attention. So you want to make sure that you're presenting your business and the products or services that you have to offer in a way that immediately grabs the attention of whoever is visiting the site. It's also important to have elements on your website like blogs that you update regularly, expanding on how you go about serving people, elaborating on products or services to give a deeper dive for those who want to know what you're all about. You can also utilize website landing pages for special promotions or new product or service offerings, or possibly industry news related to whatever specific sphere you operate in. Number three, prioritize maintenance and security. One of the biggest mistakes that a lot of small business owners make is neglecting the security of their website. It's crucial that you keep your content management system and plugins up to date. Be sure that you implement strong passwords and that you use SSL certificates. And above everything else, always be sure to back up all of the crucial data on your website so that in the event of a security breach, you won't have to reinvent the wheel and you'll already have a component in place to reconstruct what's been lost. Number four, focus on user experience. A confusing website is a useless website. It's really crucial that you have easy navigation so that folks can move throughout the website without having to rummage for things. And one of the key areas I want to emphasize here is in regard to pricing. If you bury your pricing on your website so that it's completely out of sight, you're not really establishing credibility for your company. It actually makes it look like you're trying to hide something. It's a much better practice to make the pricing easily accessible so that people understand from early on whether or not doing business with you will be a good financial fit for them. Also, be sure that the layout of your website is mobile friendly. Most people are visiting websites from their phones rather than a laptop or a tablet, and there's nothing worse than having a non-mobile friendly website that is extremely difficult to scroll through. So pay a lot of attention to this so that you will appear in the best possible light, irrespective of the device on which your website is being viewed. Number 5, optimize for search engines. Search engine optimization isn't just for the big dogs. You need to use relevant keywords, create quality content, and structure your site logically. All of this together will help potential customers to find you more easily. Your key goal should be to appear prominently in website searches, so anything that you can do to help foster that will be a step in the right direction. It all goes together. It requires looking at many different components, but if you can put your attention in this area, you will dramatically increase your visibility. Number 6, invest in visual appeal. Let's face it, first impressions do matter. Make sure that you use high-quality images and consider using professional design services if you need to. One of the worst things that you can do is have grainy or low-resolution pictures on your landing page. You need to be visually striking so that people will want to explore the rest of the site. The truth is that a poorly designed website can turn people away in a matter of seconds. Use fonts that are attractive and stylish but easy to read. And always ensure that information that is crucial for a first-time visitor is prominently displayed, rather than sending them on a wild goose chase trying to find it. Number 7, encourage engagement and interaction. One of the best things you can do on your small business website is to add testimonials, reviews, and other interactive elements. This really helps to build trust and credibility. You may want to consider even having a video that plays automatically on your main home landing page so that the first thing people see when they visit the site is a visual representation. And one of the powerful things you can do here is have a customer testimonial. Nothing will help to build your credibility in the marketplace more than having a testimonial in which someone explains why it's significant to do business with you. You can also utilize things like surveys embedded on your website to garner feedback from potential clients or customers. Find out what it is that people are looking for, and then find ways to meet their needs. Number 8, monitor performance. On a regular basis, you should review your website analytics. Find out what are the most popular pages, what are the ones that people are clicking on and then leaving quickly. If you can use this data in a strategic way, you can continually improve your site. The best thing that you can do is to really understand what people expect from your website and how satisfied they are after they've visited it. Update your website regularly. Pay attention to things that will be a distraction to your first-time viewers or repeat visitors. Listen to what they have to say and make sure that the website experience is as useful and pleasurable for them as possible. Number 9, leverage video content. Consider creating your own YouTube channel to explain complex concepts or showcase products, and you can have links to your channel prominently located on your website. You ideally want to cross-pollinate, have your message in as many different platforms as possible, and through the use of video, you can again capture people's attention quickly and easily, and develop things in a way that's more compelling than just through the written word. And number 10, commit to continuous improvement. Web design trends evolve rapidly. Make sure that you stay up to date and don't be afraid to experiment with new layouts. Now, you don't want to fall into the trap of constantly redesigning your website, but you should be aware if it starts to look a little dusty and dated, especially if there's some major change in your business, if you're undertaking a significant product launch or moving into a different business arena. Redesigning your website, changing an overall theme or style can be a fantastic way to emphasize the changes that you're making within your business. Those are 10 important things to remember, but I'd also like to very quickly touch on a couple of things that you need to avoid in your small business website. And the first of those is using outdated content or design. And this extends to the realm of copyright dates. Now, it is important for any proprietary material or information on your website that you indicate a copyright date. But it's just as important to update that copyright date when it's applicable. There's nothing worse than visiting a website and discovering that the copyright date implies that nothing has been touched on the site for 11 years. That immediately destroys your credibility, and people will quickly look elsewhere because they'll perceive that you are not relevant and connected in a way that will meet their needs. Also, as I mentioned earlier, ignoring mobile optimization. Make sure that what looks good on a laptop or a tablet will easily transfer over to a phone. Another common mistake is neglecting clear calls to action. Calls to action, or CTAs, are crucial for building your business and generating new leads. So wherever folks are on your website, give them some call to action. Offer them something for free that they can download in exchange for you capturing their email address, or use some other technique. Another huge mistake is using generic email addresses instead of custom domain emails. Nothing looks less professional than having a third-party email provider as your business email address. When you have a domain-specific name that is tied directly to your business name, you immediately increase your visibility and credibility. This is an easy step, but it's absolutely worth doing. And finally, a huge mistake is inconsistent branding across your website and your social media. Your message might be tweaked a little bit depending on the platform in which it's being presented, but it needs to overall be consistent. Uniformity is key. You don't want to look one way here and completely different somewhere else. So focus on this and help to create that unique brand identity that will resonate with people. Well, I hope the information that I shared with you today was at least good food for thought. A business website is something that you can't do without and you can't neglect. If you feel overwhelmed at the prospect of creating, maintaining, or developing a business website, you can actually contact us at ValorXL at info@valorxl.com. Let us know what your needs are for a website, and we'll get back in touch with you to let you know how we can provide our expertise to give you a business website that's beautiful and functional. I'd also like to invite you to subscribe to ValorXL. We have a lot more material coming up specifically geared towards small businesses. Our goal is to help you work smarter, not harder. I really appreciate you joining me today. I invite you to come back for the next installment. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.